Kaylee's got a third baby on the way, and you're freaking out in a way you haven't before.
Yeah, I am. I'm thinking about my future, Bert, and everybody else in the room. So, yeah, my wife will have our third in about the next 2 weeks. March 2nd is the official hair appointment date because she's having a C-section, and I'd say it's like a hair appointment
God.
in and out real
Are you
quick.
seriously calling her C-section date her hair appointment date?
It's kind of like that.
My
Yeah, it's kinda like that.
Is there spot A? Her spot A is my second.
Spot A.
Get a little mani-pedi.
Yeah. So, so once we bring our new little girl into the world, I'm just reflecting on what time I have now and what I'm pretty much pulled in so many directions. I've got to pay attention to my wife, and I've got to pay attention to my kids, which I have 2 of.
Why would you start paying attention to your wife now?
That's a good question, Bert.
She just got interesting.
That's a good question.
Not a good time, I guess.
Because if I don't, my life's a living hell.
There's got to be somebody listening right now that can ease his mind having a third child. 1-855-BERT Show. I'm not sure what the number is, but I've heard from parents before, like I think it's 3. Like having 2 and 3, no different.
Yeah, right.
That's what they say,
I don't buy that. But I heard you say on the air just the other day about you spending time with Hayden, and now you felt obligated to do something with Hollis, or it was vice versa, and it was like, how are you?
The challenge I have with the balance with my kids is that they're so different in ages. So I got a 17-year-old, I got a 12-year-old, and I got a 5-year-old. And generally speaking, all of us doing something together is going to bore somebody to death.
Well,
so I feel like I'm spending individual time with the kids, and that's what stresses me out because doing everything together is just someone's going to be left out.
Well, I'm going to be in the same boat because I have a 7-year-old boy, a 3-year-old girl, and now I'm going to have a new baby girl. So it's, like, and then you got to spend a little time for yourself. So it's like, it's just I'm sure there's someone out there that has to juggle, this dynamic. And, if you end up feeling like a bad parent because it's like you're not spending as much time with.
It's tough to balance out, man.
But
it
those
really,
are
really is.
Those are the best jugglers. I mean, somebody juggling 2 balls is boring.
Yeah.
Anybody can do that. Look at me. Oh, you had a third one. That's talent.
That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Leave Dan and Shay out of this.
Don't go there, man.
Hey.
Amy, good morning. You're part of the Bert Show. Hi.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
So I was just calling to say, to ease your fears a little bit, that the transition from having 2 kids to having 3 is way easier than the transition from having 1 and going to 2.
That's what I've heard. Now, you said the transition, but that doesn't mean that it's easier. Just the transition was easier?
Well, so because when you have 1, it's like they're everything. Like, they cry, you need a comfort, all the things for 1. And then when you go to 2, it's like so overwhelming because you're outnumbered if you're ever by yourself with the 2 kids. So it's like you have to triage all the time. Like, which need is the most important? Like, which one should I do first? And then the other one's crying. But then once you go to 3, it's like you're a pro. You already know what you're doing. So
She just
it's
equated it to a
easier.
natural disaster by using triage.
It feels like that sometimes.
Without a doubt, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lifted me up.
All right, let's get a guy's perspective on this. Dave, you're going from 2 to 3. Should he be panicked, or is it actually easier?
It's actually easier.
Yeah.
No. Tell me why, sir.
I went from, I was 17 when I had my first one, and I was 22 when I had twins.
Dang.
And so what part of that is easy?
As long as you take care of one of them at a time. I mean,
You can't.
you got to run left and right and figure out which one's going to get hurt worse.
So it becomes easier because you start to ignore one? Is that what it is?
This is backfiring.
There's a lot of choices to be made.
I'm getting depressed.
I'm only putting Kayla on because Blake, who's phone screening, writes up here exactly what they're going to say, sort of, right? And he accidentally wrote it first. Going from 3 to 2 is super easy. And I was like, uh-oh, what did they do? What did they do to 1?
Oh, no. Oh, no. That's dark.
Hey, Kayla, good morning. You're on the Bert Show. Hi.
Good morning. How are y'all?
I'm assuming we're going from 2 to 3 kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so. It is
way easier. My oldest and my youngest are 10 years apart.
Okay.
And then my second to youngest are 7 years apart. And the 7-year-old, he loves his sister. He helps change diapers. He's like the other little parent in the household.
There you go.
Yeah, just look at yourself as the older brother.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yes, Aaron will love that.
Some people see it as like, oh no, we're outnumbered, but like you can get Kai in on helping. Like he's what? He's gonna be 8. He's big enough to like sit on one when they're getting out of hand, so you can change the diaper. He's gonna enter the parent dynamic of the relationship and help you guys.
He's going to be really excited about that, I can tell you
Yes.
right now. But maybe if I start just by paying him, like bribing him.
Yes.
Train him now because when you leave, he's going to be the man of the house anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
The Bert Show.